that's not exactly what Elijah was doing back then. The Bible asks in verse 11, or verse 9, what are you doing here, Elijah? And where was he? He was in a cave, in a mountain. He had run for his life because he was in danger. He had stood against the king and the queen, Ahab and Jezebel. They were out to get him. They were going to kill him. And he ran as far as he could into the desert. And he found a cave. And he's standing there, and God said, what are you doing here? Verse 11 and following, Kings 19. The Lord said, go out. He's talking to Elijah. Go out. Stand on the mountain in the presence of the Lord, for the Lord is about to pass by. Then a great, powerful wind tore the mountains apart, shattered the rocks before the road, but the Lord was not in the wind. After the wind there came an earthquake, but the Lord was not in the earthquake. After the earthquake came a fire, but the Lord was not in the fire. Wind blowing, blow him down. Roof's going to fall on him. Tree's going to fall on him. The cave's going to fall on him. He'll be dead and gone. What are you doing here, Elijah? The wind is blowing. The wind was blowing. The Lord wasn't in the wind. And it begins to shake, and it begins to tremble, and the ground beneath him begins to rumble and great earthquake. He's going to get swallowed up in the earth, covered up with the rocks. He's going to die. Oh, what are you doing here, Elijah? Wind comes, whoosh, gone. Earthquake comes, gone. And then, just like in California, fires begin to break out. Trees burst into flame. Everything around him is fiery and burning. He can feel it on his skin. He knows he's about to be killed with fire, burned alive. And the Lord was not in the fire. Wind, earthquake, fire. He was not in any of those. And after the fire came a gentle whisper. Did you hear that? After the fire came a gentle whisper. King James Version says, a still, small voice. Most of the other English translations say it was a whisper, whisper, whisper. Hurricanes, earthquakes, roaring fires. But the only one the Lord was in was a whisper, a little whisper. And when the Lord, Elijah heard that, he pulled the cloak over his face and went out and stood in the mouth of the cave. And a voice said to him, what are you doing here? Well, I've been very jealous for the Lord God Almighty. The Israelites have rejected your covenant, broken down your altars, put your prophets to death with the sword, and I am the only one left. And now they're trying to kill me. I ran for my life. I'm gone. I'm here. What are you doing here? A whisper. A whisper. He says, poor is me, poor is me. How sad it is. I tried to do things to serve you. I tried to be to do the right things. But everything goes wrong. Poor is me. But God doesn't give up. He felt blown over by the windstorms. He felt the fear of the ground shaking beneath his feet. And he felt like the fires of the world were going to all exhume and burn him up. He'd be gone. How persistent. God whispers, whispers. He doesn't always do it in a wind. He doesn't always do it in an earthquake. He doesn't do it in anything but a quiet voice. He speaks to you. You know why you don't hear him? Because you don't lean forward. You don't listen carefully to what he is about to say. You've been hiding from God as well as Jezebel and Ahab. He was hiding in such a situation, but he was ever listening for God to speak to him. What are you going through? Bad time? Difficult time? Are you listening for God's whisper to you and to me? And the only time they heard it, the only time he heard is when he yielded to God. He said, here I am. Are you yielded today? Are you giving yourself to God today? Am I giving myself to God today? No matter what you're going through. It might be like a wind, like a hurricane in your life. It might be shaking your whole marriage and your will and your home and your job. It might be the fires of sickness, fever. God is going to speak to you as he speaks to me in a very gentle whisper. And to hear it, you've got to be listening. You've got to lean forward and hear him. An old man is sitting on a seat. An old man. And a young man who's been through so much hurt and agony. He says, I don't know what to do. I don't know where to turn. I can't hear God at all in all of this. Preacher just sits there. Hey, what do you say? Come a little closer. Man comes a little closer. I'm at wit's end. I don't know what to do. Everything's going bad in my life. What will happen? What will happen to me? The old preacher says, he says, oh, come a little closer. Come a little closer. Come a little closer. And the man moves close to him, and the old man, just whispers the answer. He whispers the answer to all his problems. What was the difference? He had to move closer, and closer, and closer. You can't hear God. You don't know what he's saying to you. Have you ever thought about this? Move closer to God. God doesn't want to just give you an answer. He wants your friendship. He wants your fellowship. He wants your love. He wants you and him to be together. Move a little closer. Move a little closer. Move a little closer. And he will whisper the answer for all of your prayers. Soft as the voice of an angel, breathing a lesson unheard. Hope with a gentle persuasion, whispering her comforting word. Wait till the darkness is over. Wait till the tempest is done. Hope for the sunshine of tomorrow after the shower is gone. Whispering hope. how welcome thy voice, making my heart its soul rejoice. Are you rejoicing this day? Oh, and come and listen to the whisper of God's Spirit speaking to you right now. And whatever you're